Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for August. Can't believe I'm saying that. August 2026. It is a general collective reading. So as the messages come through, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. Also keep in mind, it is predictive in nature. And please check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And in the pinned comment below is information on how you can join us over on Patreon for some additional bonus content. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Libra collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Libra need to know for August 2026? What do they need to know for August? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Eight of Cups. In the top row, we have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Emperor. Flanking the Eight of Cups is the Sun and the Ace of Swords. In the bottom row, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Death card, and we have Judgment. Sneak peek now into September, the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Hierophant, and that leaves the Magician here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's clarify these cards using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. Knight of Cups and the Ten of Swords there on the split. Tell me more about this here, please, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. For August 2026, we are clarifying King of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Emperor, the Sun, Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Death card, and Judgment. For the Libra collective, one more shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. The King of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The Two of Wands is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Emperor is clarified by the Four of Cups. The Sun is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Sun. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Cups. The Death card is clarified by the Seven of Wands, and Judgment is clarified by the Ace of Swords. Sneak peek now into September. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Page of Swords, and that leaves the Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like I have a group of you here where you've been through hell. And I was feeling that when I was just pulling out the first set of cards. I'm really feeling it now. You're definitely in a new chapter. Okay, this is a new chapter, a new beginning, a new page of the book, however you want to define it, whatever you want to call it. But you are recovering. That's a good word. Thank you. You are recovering from a very difficult chapter in your life, whether that was emotional, whether that was physical, whether that was health related, could have been financial. I just see you moving towards better days. There's a sunnier, brighter, happier disposition. There's gratitude for where you've been. There's gratitude for where you are. This is, I just want to be happy. It's a very calm feeling. It's the worst is over, the storm is over, and I just want to enjoy life again. That's the feeling that I have here. Now, you have a couple of things going on here in regards to a partnership as well as work related. So, and then there's a possible revisit here from someone in your past. It could be a friend, family member, or a lover that you're reconnecting with. So let's begin to clarify, but I feel like you've got a couple of storylines, if you will, all happening simultaneously. But again, it's because you came out of this dark period, Death card, Eight of Cups, and now you're stepping into the Sun. So there seems to be a deepening of one connection, possibly the revisit of another, and something work related here or financial related as well. So let's clarify now. King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles here, please, for Libra. Actually, you know what, Libra? I want to begin with that Eight of Cups. If I can get a better energetic understanding of where you've been, that'll help me navigate your message for where you're going in August. So clarify the Eight of Cups here, please, for the Libra collective. It's like, what is that song? I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That's what it feels like. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Five of Wands. Oh, there was chaos and conflict back there. Justice and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. So you became single, free, independent, autonomous of something quite difficult, some challenge. And again, I don't know what it was for you. Financial, you know, emotional, health related. It's like your power was taken away from you and then you reclaimed your power. And whatever you went through, it was difficult in that Eight of Pentacles. It almost feels like you never thought it would come to an end, or you would get over it, or you would walk away, or, you know, that cycle will close out. It feels like it was, it lasted a while, maybe 8 months for some of you, possibly a year, like from your last season till now. Justice to Justice, that's your major arcana card. So maybe like from last September to this September. So yeah, for some of you, 8 to 10 months here. Clarify the Sun. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Sun is clarified by Justice. Wow, it's like you reclaimed your power. Your power, your autonomy, your independence. Nine of Pentacles shows itself again. And the Ace of Wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. I don't know. I don't know where some of you were. Maybe you had a terrible health crisis and now suddenly you're better. This is not a medical diagnosis, okay? YouTube's terms of service there. But there's something here about you reclaiming yourself, stepping into your power, this new chapter, feeling creative, feeling passionate. Again, there's a love for life here. I don't think I've ever had this in one of your readings. I'm definitely speaking to a group of you where you're so glad that that's in the past. You're so grateful for the journey. You're excited about the future. You're calm and you're steady, and you know your worth and you know your value. Bravo to you, Libra. Dare I say, already the best reading out of all of them. And I have 5 more to go, but this is an amazing energy. This is claimable regardless of what comes out now after this. King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. The Six of Swords. Here's the money part. Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. So if you've seen my readings before, Queens exist in the present. They process the present. They process the past. Kings take action. So I have you here in the month of August. You are processing, it could be investments. It could be like property investments, real estate. It certainly could be your job or what you would like to do for a living. There's something here in regards to your finances. And again, career and finance, right, for those of you who are currently working. And there's almost an evaluation of like, do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to keep doing this in, you know, this investment? Do I want to keep owning this investment property? Do I want to keep staying at this job or within this industry? That Queen of Pentacles is staring in the After Tarot deck at the Pentacle. And so you're analyzing, if you will, your financial resources or financial assets, your monetary, you know, assets. And this is like, do I want to keep making money this way, or even maybe even spending money this way? But there is a reevaluation of your finances. And then the King, you're about to take action here. The Two of Wands is a decision. So the Queen processes and the King takes action. Clarify that Queen of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. And that Six of Swords to Three of Pentacles tells me you may move forward and decide to make money differently. Five of Swords, the Empress, that's your other major arcana card that you share with Taurus. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, bottom of that King of Swords. That's you in your highest vibration, whether you're masculine or feminine. I have a lot of you changing jobs in August. And you might be watching this now and saying, nope, I don't think so. This is predictive in nature. I have a group of you that says the way I've been making money and the way I've been spending money is no longer right for me. You're making a budget. You're getting stricter on what you know, the money that you spend, that you're bleeding out. There seems to be like a tighter control. Again, I look at that Queen wanting to hold on to the Pentacle, evaluating the Pentacle. So I just see you like maybe starting to save or starting to have some long-term goals in regards to your finances. Again, however you make money. And then for those of you where you are employed or you have investments, this is you considering to do it differently. So changing jobs, changing industries, finding some new investments. You're not rushing on this whatsoever, but there is a feeling here. There's no argument. The Five of Swords in the After Tarot deck, no one is fighting. And in the other deck, we already had the Six of Swords. So this to you, after contemplating, ends up being a no-brainer, that you want to move in another direction when it comes to making and spending money. Like you want to do it. I want to do it differently. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I want to do it differently. Two of Wands. Tell me about the Two of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Hangman. It's a decision here that you need to make. Queen of Swords again. Queen's process. Kings take action. I already have you here. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And the Page of Swords, bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. So this is where you put on your little detective cap, your investigator cap. And it looks here like you are researching other ways to make money. It could be other jobs, other industries, other positions, other investment properties, or just investments in general. Again, I don't know how you make your money. And let's say you receive some type of like government assistance or local assistance. It's still you saying, well, maybe there are some other programs out there that I qualify for. So again, you're just looking here. That Queen of Swords to that Page of Swords is like you're collecting data and information here when it comes to how you make money. You could also be crafting a budget to make sure like you're not overspending or putting yourself in debt. You seem to be very money focused. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Pentacles, which showed up here twice, is clarified by the Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Okay, so you're going to leave it. Page of Wands, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. So I do see most of you leaving or changing the way you make and spend money in the month of August. In the After Tarot deck, the Six of Pentacles, the individual is leaving, okay? Where they feel they haven't been making a lot of money, they're leaving. And that Page of Wands is also leaving someone behind. So it's like you discover that new program, or that, you know what I mean, that new financial help you need, or the new job, whatever it is here for you, the new investment. And it looks like you're departing from the way you currently make money. The Emperor. Clarify the Emperor. Because again, if the Queen's process and the Kings take action, the Empress here is the Queen of all queens. And now we have the Emperor. We have you in this energy now moving forward. I'll look at it, but I'm not going to take it. I have the Tower and the Ten of Wands. We'll see if that wants to come out again. Clarify the Emperor. This is your energy. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified. There's that Six of Pentacles again. So you're going from maybe not having a budget to having a budget, because this Six of Pentacles here is not equal. And this is equal. Or well, I think you're doing both. I think you're watching how you spend money, but also how you make money. So this is getting tighter with the money, smarter with how you utilize your financial resources. Good on you. It's a lot of maturity when it comes to finances, and I don't see that in an insulting way. I'm a Gemini. We're horrible with money. We really are. So I congratulate you on this, Libra. The second thing here is leaving a job that's not paying you fairly, or leaving an industry that doesn't pay you fairly, to move towards one that does. Queen of Pentacles again, because that was based on the decision you made back here when you were assessing Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on from, again, a company and investment, the way you make money. Four of Cups in the After Tarot deck, the individual is spilling the cup. So this would be like you giving your notice, you changing investment firms, whatever that is for you, however you make your money. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Wands. Boy, are you excited. There's that Tower, shows itself again, and the Death card, bottom of the deck, the Fool. So we have a whole new beginning here when it comes to your finances, and it looks really good. That's not a Tower that I'm afraid of. Some of you have a fire sign, or maybe a Scorpio here that's supporting you in all of this. Like you could be talking to this person, or just getting advice, or you're celebrating this with this person as well. So this seems to be a very smart financial move for you when it comes to acquiring money, but also how you spend it. Getting a lot sharper, a lot more focused. You also know your value. You came out of this previous chapter, if you will, with two Justice cards, your two Major Arcana cards. You share that card with no one. So truly, truly in your power, knowing your value and knowing your worth. And I think that made you realize that maybe what you're doing for a living or the way you're making money is not beneficial to you. Like you deserve to make more. And I see you doing that. So the Sun to the Five of Pentacles, I'm not going to clarify because we have the Sun here repeated twice. And the Five of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is not someone who's in financial or emotional lack. This person's actually coming out of the building with a big old sack of coin over their back. So again, I feel like it's just showing an improvement here, drastic improvement in your finances in the month of August. So bravo to you. Ace of Swords to the Four of Pentacles. I do want to see what you're letting go of here. And I see that because the Four of Pentacles for me is my Miser card in Tarot. It's like I'm holding on for dear life. But in the After Tarot deck, it's met with scorpionic energy of the Death card. We have the Grim Reaper here. And I just want to see if this is like the job you're leaving behind or if it pertains to something else. You know, the job, the investment behind, or if it pertains to something else. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords because it's repeated down here, Judgment to the Ace of Swords as well. We're getting into the relationship portion. Hold on. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Five of Cups, the King of Swords, again, you and your highest vibration, and the Eight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. Clarify that. Four of Pentacles, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So you're leaving that, in, again, the way that you made money. You're leaving that behind. In the After Tarot deck, we don't have the same meaning for this card, Seven of Swords in this deck, like we typically do. This person is not making the same mistake. So this is you saying, I'm not going to make the same mistake when it comes to my finances, either, you know, how I make, how I receive money, and how I spend money. So you're and this makes you very happy to change the job, change the industry, the investment style, the spending habits. You are very pleased with yourself with this. Nine of Swords to the Eight of Cups, Death card to the Seven of Wands, Judgment to the Ace of Swords. Clarify that Nine of Swords, please. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. Clarify the Eight of Cups, because in the After Tarot deck, the Eight of Cups is a return. Someone is returning to the cups after someone has walked away. So there is a return here for you. And that's why I felt that before. I said, oh, there's a return energy here. Clarify that Eight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is a return. And Temperance, bottom of the deck, the Seven of Cups. So you have a return here, Libra. This person could be a fire sign. They could be a Sagittarius. With all the swords, it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius as well. Because I've got a lot of sword cards here. There's a feeling here of you have the opportunity to reconnect with this person. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. Never give your power over to me or to another tarot reader. I'm just telling you energetically what's available here for you. And please, by all means, use your, God-given gift of free will to decide if you want to do this or not. But it does look like you are reconnecting with someone. I don't get this as being a love relationship. This seems to be like a friend or a family member. You either had like an ending or a disagreement, or there was like a big span of time here. That Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. It's like a lot of time has moved forward, right? The Three of Wands is moving forward. The Queen of Wands is processing the past, and then that Wheel of Fortune. So it's like it's been a long time since you saw this person or these people. I think it's just one person here, but again, take it how it resonates to you. But there's been a long span of time, and now that Temperance card, it's like the two cups are coming together again. So it looks like you are connecting with this individual. I'll try to get you more cards on that person in a second. Clarify the Death card, because this might have something to do with the financial situation changing. Clarify the Death card. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Death card is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified. There you are again. The Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Okay, I have literally two messages just came out of this spread here. Number one, when you tell this employer or investor, again, whoever this is, that you no longer want to work with them or for them, because it could be a business partner for some of you. I don't know, it's general collective reading. But when you tell this person that you no longer want to engage in whatever financial situation you have with them, there's a little pushback from this person. Look at that Seven of Wands. It's like you drew a line in the sand. You get pushback from this person. This person doesn't understand your decision. They don't understand. They're accepting it. They're accepting your notice or whatever it is that you're giving them here to tell them you no longer want to, work with them or work for them. But there's a little pushback from this person. They're not understanding why. So I would prepare for that when you give notice to whomever that is. And look, maybe you have a 401k with Penn Mutual and you're changing it to another company. There's a little pushback. Again, like, okay, well, you've been with us all this time. Why are you changing your, 401k now? So there's a little pushback when you make the announcement to this individual that you're making the choice to take your money elsewhere or make money somewhere else. There's a little pushback from this person. I do think they hold themselves back in the Strength card. It's not like they're going to be mean or vindictive, but there's a little pushback, and then they just kind of they become reserved. So there's a little anger, and then there's a pullback. Judgment to the Ace of Swords. Clarify Judgment here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment is clarified. Strength card again. The Empress. We go right back to the beginning. Empress to the Nine of Pentacles. And clarify the Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the High Priestess again. The Hermit. And there's that Two of Swords, that decision. So the majority of your month, of course you can have other things happening in your life, is really around you reflecting the way you make money, the way you spend money, creating a budget, cutting out some things that you don't need, like subscriptions and stuff like that. I just see you getting a lot smarter with how you spend your money. And that, like I said, that as a Gemini, I'm telling you, that's a very good thing. And maybe you're leading the air signs with that. But there's also a reevaluation on how you make money, and it looks like you're changing stuff up with that as well. You're getting a little pushback, but you're moving forward with it anyway. While you have all that playing out, you have the resurfacing here of a connection. I don't feel like it's romantic. I feel like this is a friend or this is family. If this is love, this is not someone who's coming back like a past lover for like to reunite with you. This might be a past lover reaching out because maybe you've got kids in common with them. The two pages are here, It could just be a friend. It could be a romantic partner who has turned into a friend. I know, like, Tony and I have been divorced 6 years, and I still consider him one of my closest friends. He knows my person knows him. So we're both in separate relationships. So that's why I mean, like, I don't feel like it's anyone coming back for like a romantic reconciliation. This seems to be friend, family member, or an ex that you are totally just on friends with, and they're cool with that too. So I want to get a little bit more on this person's energy. Tell me more about the reconnection here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The reconnection. We have the Devil. We have the Nine of Wands. Oh, this is someone from your past. Seven of Pentacles. I told you, it's been a long time since you saw this person or you talked to this person. Six of Cups. It's a soulmate. Either you wounded this person or this person wounded you, or there was shared wounding here. You definitely have some scars when it comes to this person. You're not quite healed from what they did to you. Clarify this further, please. I mean, it could be a friend. It could be a boss who screwed you over, One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. That's the truth, what I said. Chariot. And the Five of Wands, bottom of the deck, King of Wands. And again, for me, kings take action. I see you moving forward to talk to this person. You might actually travel to see them, or they're traveling to see you. There's plans here being made for travel. It could be leisure travel. In that Five of Wands, no one's fighting. So maybe you're agreeing to meet up for dinner or to meet somewhere to talk. If you have kids, this could be like maybe you're coming together to talk about dropping off and picking up the kids or the grandkids even. because I just see everyone like laying around. Again, there's no argument here. So you are moving forward with this person. There's been a lot of pain or wounding here in the connection between you and them, but you are moving forward with conversations, and most of you are meeting up with this person. Again, there's some type of gathering or talking or something like that with them. And that's going to continue in the month of September. The star, so you're continuing to heal from this whole thing, all these changes in your life. New job here in the Hierophant, 7 of Cups. Then you've got 7 of Pentacles in the 2 pages. So let's clarify this here for September. Clarify this further, please, for September, for the Libra collective. Okay. 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is that soulmate thing. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 6 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, that's the truth, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. Clarify this further, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Pentacles. I have a lot of messages that just came in, and I want you to only take the ones that resonate. And remember, this is predictive in nature. Group number 1, you are loving the new job. You're glad that you looked at more options and choices in terms of investments or work strategies, career strategies. You're at the new job. You're loving it. There's a lot less burdens and responsibilities. You could be actually managing something now, managing a department, managing a group of people. You seem to really be like in your power. You have a little bit more of autonomy or freedom at this job, like a more creative or just more input here. And you seem to really, if we're looking at that Ace of Cups as a job, this is like, again, it could be the new business partner. It certainly can be the new boss here. But there's excitement here. You're taking it slow. There's active communication between you and the boss or you and the business partner. Things look great. If you're revisiting this connection here from the past, where like the two of you were just friends, or like I said, I'm getting a lot of family energy, especially with that Hierophant card. You're moving forward with this person. There's a nice reconnection here happening, but you are going very slow when it comes to communication. And I don't know why that is. I'm going to assume it's that Devil to the 9 of Wands. There's something here about just taking it slow. 7 of Pentacles, like we'll see how it goes. So it does look like you're reconnecting with friends, a friend or a friend group, or like I said, family with that Hierophant. But jury is still a little out on this person. There's love or respect here with that Queen of Cups energy. Maybe for some of you it's a parental figure, mother, father energy here as well. But again, I just see you going very slow with this person because of whatever transpired here in the past with them. If you are currently in a romantic partnership at the time of this reading and things seem to be going okay, it is quite possible that you are proposing to this person or this person is proposing to you. And this would be like, this is a new connection in that Ace of Cups. And I'm just going to tell you to go slow. I think you need to go slow on this one. I'm not saying this is a bad person or anything like that, but it's quite possible. I got like sort of bended knee energy here. The Ace of Cups, this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person here. Again, they don't have to be those signs, but they're receiving the cup. So the Hierophant card could talk about marriage. So there could be something here if you're doing that. I'm going to tell you to go really slow. And the reason why I say that is, look at that 10 of Wands. Is the worst over? Yes. Are you still fully healed from whatever this difficult chapter was? No. And so if you're in a new connection or you're meeting a new person in August, or even you're meeting someone new in September, I would not rush down the aisle with this individual. Can I get 3 cards on love here on this romantic partner? And look, if you're currently in a relationship, in a marriage, again, if everything's going well, I'm not talking about third party and all, like things are going well, this could be a discussion to do like a vow renewal, maybe at the beach. Both pages here, you know, we got the water here. So it's possible for some of you that something like that is occurring. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Seven of Swords. Go slow. King of Cups. Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. If this is a relationship and you're looking to renew your vows, I would make sure you and your person are exactly on the same page and any issues you have been resolved. And if this is someone new and you're rushing down the altar, you are sabotaging this connection with the Seven of Swords. I knew I had a feeling. You got to go slow. I'm not telling you he's a bad person or you're a bad person or you're not a good fit. But this is rushing into commitment or rushing into recommitment. And that Seven of Swords is screaming. And the way I laid the cards down, I got the Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the King of Cups. This is no bueno. This is going too quickly here. Again, only for those of you in that situation. Can I get three more cards? One more shuffle? Thank you. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. Yeah, some of you are going to rush down the aisle here. And I would just go very slow. Why is that Seven of Swords there? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Someone is still healing from a relationship ending, whether they want to admit it or not. And it's possible for some of you, someone here is still married. I gotta be honest and throw that out here. So I would make sure that you or they are legally divorced before you run down the aisle, because you might unknowingly still be married to someone. And don't be like, oh, how's that possible? There was a woman that I worked with. She was like 60 years old when she met her third husband. I think Harold was her third husband. And she did not realize that legally she was still married to her second husband. So she would have been like, what do you call? She would have been like, I think that's called bigamy. She would have been engaging in bigamy or something like that. She didn't realize it. So she wasn't doing it on purpose. But there's something here, like maybe there's not paperwork done here on a divorce or something like that. Or someone is still hurting over a connection that ended. They're not fully healed emotionally. One more shuffle. Thank you. Go slow on love in September. Judgment. Yeah, see the moon, the world card? Someone still has a lot of suppressed emotions about a connection that, take a time out, hangman. Take a time out. Cool your jets. Cool your jets. Someone is still reeling from the end of a connection or possibly a divorce. And like I said, if you're looking to rush down the altar, the aisle, I would make sure that if you were previously married or they were, that everything is wrapped up with that, because there's something with that Seven of Swords that's like there's something there that you don't realize or they don't realize. And again, I don't think it's being done maliciously. It's like we're overlooking something. Let's get you and maybe you or they might suggest like a prenuptial agreement, especially if money was a factor in your previous marriage. Let's get 3 cards of advice here, please, for August for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. And if you say, well, I don't have any money, so why would I do a prenup? You don't know what you end up with during the course of the marriage. You have no idea. So, or they, right? So sometimes prenuptial agreements, do we want marriages to last a lifetime? We do. But if you live in the United States, you got, 49% chance that that's your reality, because 51 point whatever percent says that's not the reality. So your advice here, Hermit, think twice before you do anything in regards to this new connection, reconnecting with this friend or family member, and as well with your job. Take your time, get all your facts, go slow. Judgment. Yep, Page of Pentacles here, Page of Wands. Go slow discovering the new financial opportunities. Go slow with the new relationship. Go slow with reconnecting with this past person. That's your advice here. Go slow, go within, continue to heal, and enjoy your new life. Enjoy your new chapter. I also think some of you need to forgive yourself for that past chapter. Yeah, being told you need to forgive yourself. Whatever you did, whatever you didn't do, forgive yourself so you can leave that where it belongs. Shut the door on it. Don't take it into your new chapter. 3 cards here, please, for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. Silent Strength. Soulful Presence. Home. Bottom of the deck, Exploration. Silent Strength. Build your power in silence, waiting for the right moment to reveal your quiet strength. I think that's what you're doing with like changing up your finances here. Soulful presence. This one's a little bit more difficult to read because of the font. Connect with your inner self. Live in the present and stand firm in your beliefs. I told you this was like you coming out very strong, very much in your power, knowing what you're worth, knowing your value, and coming out of a very dark time. I feel like you've been like transformed from your last chapter. And home, return to inner peace and self-acceptance. Forgive yourself if you have to, okay? Feeling grounded and at ease with who you are. That was the feeling in the beginning. It was like, I just want to be happy. Being grateful for the journey and just wanting to be happy. And at the bottom of the deck, you have exploration. Be brave, explore the unknown, expand your horizons. It's a new chapter. You don't have to do things the old way or the same way. Learn new stuff. Let's close it out now with some kippers. Can we get 2 kippers for the top row there? Okay, we have bad health. So again, this is in regards to your finances. So something here has not been going well with your finances. Incoming and outgoing on your money. Can I get one more card on that? And then we have the official person. So then it's like you decide again, step into the role of the emperor. Something needs to change. The way I make and the way I spend money. Bottom of the deck, imprisonment. Yeah. I think you're climbing your way out of debt. I also think now you know your value and worth when it comes to your job. Or again, the way you make money. 2 cards here for that middle row. Okay. A little on the side there, we have marriage, and then we have courthouse. This is the new soul contract you're entering, the new professional contract. Can I get one more on this, please? We have thoughts on the side. So give bottom of the deck change. So if we're looking at this in terms of, again, that financial situation that you have playing out for most of the month, give considerable thought about who you want to work for or work with. It's important you don't rush, right into the first financial opportunity that comes in. If you want to interpret this as this is where you're moving in with this connection, because a marriage card for me doesn't have to mean like an actual physical, like marital marriage. It could just be like that soul contract. Give considerable thought about whether or not you want to reconnect with this person. Again, energetically, I see it happening, but you have the right to say yes or no at the end of the day. So give considerable thought to that. And if you're thinking about proposing or something with this new person, I would give considerable thought before rushing to the courthouse with them. And again, not saying they're a bad person. I just think you need to go slow on it. For some of you, you're getting a divorce, but then like quickly entering another relationship. And I'll give you the same message I gave Virgo. Go slow. Don't taint the next relationship with the wounds from, the past connection that's closing out. Can I get another card here for the bottom row? Distant horizons and change. This begins the beginning, if you will, of the next chapter of your life, which will unfold over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. This is a timing card for me, 3 to 6 months. This is a timing card as well, 9 months. So within 9 months, your life is very different in terms of this connection that's re-entering, in terms of the way you make money, the way you spend money, this new love interest here that's developing. Your life is going to change over the course of the next 9 months. So don't rush it. You don't have to do it all in the month of September. Bottom of the deck, we have toil and labor. Can I have 2 cards here, please, for September? And some of you are changing residence over the course of the next 9 months as well. We have great fortune. And we have mature woman. Bottom of the deck, we have a child. It is a rebirth. It's a whole new chapter of your life. Go slow. There's no rush. Take your time. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy your freedom. And enjoy your new financial abundance that is coming in as well because of this big change that you're making here. And it's all because you now know your value and your worth. Congratulations, Libra. It's definitely one of the better reads that I've done for the month of August. That is what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, and also don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.